line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing.
5 seasons ago, some mad lads wanted to drive and survive on the plate tracks and on the dirt tracks and on the craziest tracks you can imagine, with some cars that really shouldn't have belonged there or shouldn't have been there. And this season is no different. It's time for Pushing Limits Racing League Season 6 season opener here on PTM Racing TV. And it's about to kick off on the baddest track of them all, Talladega Superspeedway. Hi everyone, I am Christian Sharp, joining you guys here today, here as we get ready to line them up down on the track here. We're going to see the field work their way on around, and we're going to see a lot of heavy hitters thrown down out on the track, and some names and faces you remember so well or maybe missed here for a time or two. But without further ado here, we'll just get down to business and see our starting lineup for the action here. Season 6 opener starts up with the Rattlesnake Robert Kahn, the number 21, your starter in the front is outside. In the 8, it is Tyler Orick. And row number 2, then it'll be here again. The pick 51 is outside. Mike Rideout will be in the number 76. Row number 3, Bobby Anderson makes his Pushing Limits Racing League debut. And the number 1 is outside. And the pick 48, Stanley Pottle. Row number 4 is Bill Watkins, that 337 making his DV debut. Matthew Hopper in the 84 will be on his outside. Row 5, it is Crusader Shriver, and the 14 is outside. It is the number 3 of Jason Henry. Row number 6 is Cindy Taylor in the 07 to her outside. Chantel Bottle in the big 5. Final driver in the field. The 87 is Kevin Baker. Who's who, returners and drivers you know well, or you've seen a lot here on the show. All ready to duke it out here on the track. Field will work their way on around off of the front straightaway here. We're going to see the drivers now come forth and come to life here. Ready to do battle and take favor and take shape. And right now the one they're all watching out for is definitely going to be that 5 in the 21 last season. They had set new levels and new bars on just how to win and how to race on the famed tracks. And this one will be no different here as we start them out. Talladega, the green is out. Let's go racing. Out to the first levels we go, and the field will work their way off from turn 1 into 2. And Robert Kahn already going down to the bottom lane. Tyler Orick gonna go laying up, going top side, gets ahead, and here again kind of working with him. Kahn trying to find a way to get in through the pack here. As you see a little bit of maneuvering around there. You see it looks like the 14 of Crusader Shriver making a little jump up there. First time we have seen him back on the track in quite some time. First time it's been a time or two since he's been here on the show. And he's returning in a hard, troublesome way. Really making a little bit of a showing for himself. Jason Henry, the 3, he's no stranger to the show. We've seen him in here plenty of times. One of the guys you got to always watch out for and really keep your eye on whenever he lays out the speed and lays down the thunder. big 84, Matthew Hopford, also another handful and a half to take on the Canil 84 butt kicker Toyota Tundra. Looking to kind of make a name out here and looking to showcase his talent here with the fields and the drivers and the packs he goes up ahead with. Stanley Pyle on the 48, much of the same in the Intel Canada 48 machine. This is something you'll see a lot of too, is just how hard every driver will run these tracks and run themselves down to the dirt, just trying to make the best of their opposition or trying to take control of these races. Bill Watkins definitely showcasing that talent and that speed a little bit as he makes his television debut here. Also ahead tonight, race fans, do not forget, we'll have a post up in a minute. The entire Toyota Fast and Fun Cup Series will return to our show as Bristol Motor Speedway is next up on their lineup. Well, we saw what happened with the next-gen Cup cars on the real world. Can they escape the treachery and the problems that plague the drivers there? Find out tonight when we return to Bristol. It's Bristol, baby, here on PTM Racing TV later tonight. Boulder City Taylor right now is on board camera here, just kind of staying close to the heart, staying close to the track, moving her way into position. You see, we're kind of moving right behind the Crusader 14. Crusader, the driver right now trying to hang in top side in the top 5. Cindy right now looking to try to get herself back into the victory lane after a little bit of a rough round. 3 wide, sliding down on the backstretch. The 14 goes down low, stays out of the way. The rest of the field move their way in. Con and Pottle pushing each other in trouble though off the turn, end zone goes the 5, trouble. And a good handful of drivers involved in that one, a huge wreck ensuing on the front half there. Jason Henry, Crusader Schreiber, Stanley Pottle, and Chantel Pottle all involved in the wreck. Hofford even especially getting a blunt of it. And the 5, definitely not the way they wanted to see that happen there. Let's take a look at the replay. Looked like she may have gone low there and unfortunately tried to seize an opportunity. Instead took out a good chunk of the field. See drivers trying to back off, trying to stay out of that mess, and trying to stay out of that situation, but that was not to be. So hard to time that shot and time that move, and unfortunately, even the best can do a mistake like that and end up costing themselves dearly, as the field right now currently just trying to regain and recenter off here on the track. I'm being told right now as well that some of these drivers are asking for a push just to try to make it to pit road, but unfortunately I don't think that went as well as they were hoping for. Oh, I'm not sure if the 14 driver was trying to help or if he was just a bit annoyed there, but I don't think that's what she had meant by getting a little bit of help there, Crusader. So unfortunately, that's going to end up stalling them back in the back here. The field will have to reset and regain their composure after that huge little hiccup and wreck there. So now time comes to double file up and see what can go on from here. Although after that little hiccup there, I don't know what else can go wrong for them. Ready to hit them back off on the track here. We'll reset them off with Stanley Pottle in the 48, your new race leader. On down to the green flag restart zone, and we'll fire them away once again. Green flag back on out. Hammer down time coming off from turn number 2 here. Stanley Pottle 48 has the advantage on the bottom. The 8 of Tyler Orrick moving though right to the front with Bill Watkins pushing from behind. Watkins driving very unique little paint scheme there. Got a bit of a orange cross on that one. I believe in loving memory of a family member. Yep, you can see on the actual back of that, you can see right there. Always good to see the Angels' wings being spread out on the vehicles and spread out on the tracks here. In loving memory of the family members they may have lost in the time of need. Speaking of in the time of need, looks like the 87 of Kevin Baker might be actually reading from the Racing Bible, because he found Acceleronicals verse 8.2. Only in times of desperation do I find the power of speed. Trust in the Lord of speed, and I will then be granted all that I encompass throughout this race indeed. I'm not sure where the heck he found that Bible verse, but a nice verse, I guess. Marching them off top side here, still hanging into the field here. Remember, we got 45 laps we got to get through to get this race in and done. But after that huge little wreck there, you'd think everybody else trying to back off and lay low. Well, I think that may be out the window. Everybody now looking like they want to throw themselves into the fire. Jason Henry and Sarah Shriver staying right behind the field. Eric Ann, much of the same, currently dealing with some Butchcraft gremlins as well. Not helping his cause any, as Stanley Pottle still continues to be your race leader here, folks. Like right out, looking so strong right now, currently just hanging down his speed, hanging down the momentum as the 8 of Tyler Orrick continues to try to push him forward. The MRM 76 looking to get as much speed and momentum as they possibly can. Back on board with the 84, Matthew Hoffer as well. Hoffer, no stranger to Talladega races. He's won here a couple times, and he's been known to put up and shut up some drivers where they least expected. Sipping on by on the outside line, Bobby Anderson, the number 1 here, making a little bit of a dummy drive here. He's currently trying to kickstart his heart up a little bit and make a run for it, as the W, number 1, currently staying low on the bottom, then go to the top side and can't quite got our way around it. He's trying to find a passing zone, something, but there was just not very much room there. And the 5, Chantel Pottle, and the 21, Robert Kahn, once again up to their old tricks. They have pushed each other ahead now. The 5, though, Pottle, she's got to be careful. Remember, he's the one that started that big wreck earlier, just due to a spotter error or maybe a driver error. Hard to say, more or less, though. He just flipped to 0 Cindy Taylor, and I don't think Cindy's probably too thrilled about having to see that 5 up ahead of her. However, Chantel, well, I don't think I really need to say anything about her on this track. She's won here multiple times, multiple ends of the spectrum. You name it, she's done it. She can't seem to just give out here whatsoever, and she won't do it either. She may be looking to go back-to-back weeks in a victory lane spot, as she won on Sunday night. Now looking to win here on a Tuesday afternoon race. Excuse me, Monday afternoon as we kind of called the race. I forgot they rained out Sunday. Going on board here with the W number 1 here, you can see Bobby staying true to his word, staying true to his form, kind of sticking in with the field, sticking in with the pace, trying to keep up all the distance and momentum he can. Big little push and a bump for the 87 from the 1. It seems as though to me that maybe trying to bump drive on that top side is a little bit easier than it looks. I always thought that the bottom was where the bump drafting was probably at its best, trying to be at kind of prohibition level. Because you're seeing how tough it is just to get around the Con and the Throttle. Both drivers just doing their own thing, kind of sticking to their guns here. So much on the line too. You gotta believe a lot of them are dead focused on trying to make it or break it with these races. Also, yes, I know the slowdown is still there. Believe me, I don't know what's going on with those stream again. We're going to work on that again. Hopefully get that fixed up today and be ready to go for the next go around. Bumping up a charge from the back. Eric Gann, the 2151 now making a move off into the distance. Jason Henry getting drafted off by the 14er Crusader Shriver. Last time we watched that 14 out on the track, he was running in the Dirt Stock Series and having to deal with the likes of Pottle, Khan, and even a few of the other names like Sidney Taylor and them. And it's been a while since we have seen those dirt races from those old days. Racing League race go down on the track kind of gives you incentive to think like, why are we not seeing more of them? Good question there on if you guys want, if the drivers push limits would like to have more, I think they wouldn't mind it. So if you guys are interested, maybe message them up at Push Limits Racing League. Oryx starting to fall back a little bit here, right out in front, and Hopper in front of them both now. Danley Pottle, Robert Kahn, Chantal Pottle are currently third, second, and first here. Working the bottom lane. They are all driving their tail ends off, just trying to hang in there. And for those curious as well, this will not just be a plate track season. They're going to be pretty much bringing all the guns out this season around. You're going to see not just the plate tracks like Talladega, Daytona, and even New Atlanta. You're going to see even some wild cards throw in there. Try Hondas at the famed Bristol Dirt Track. Yeah, those Honda road course cars, they were pretty good on dirt, so the drivers thought, what the heck, let's throw them on the dirt track. So they give them Bristol Dirt here in a couple of weeks here, and of course even some more crazy races mixed in between, so we won't put too many of them, but there are some 87s making a return here. We'll see it all unfold here on PTM Racing TV in due time. So many movements, so many guys and gals just trying to find that little leg up, that little extra boost or speed just to get around the other. But again, it seems so that bottom lane continues to be a pesky little booger for them because they can't seem to find a way around it. They gain so much power, so much speed up on that hot lane and that bottom and that top shelf. You'd think by now they'd been able to get around it and get somewhere closer to it. But then you got guys like the Crusader here just really staying way back low and pushing more towards like waiting for a wreck to happen. But if anything, oh, I guess we can't be too sure about that. Big wreck ensuing here on the front stretch, on the back half of turn number 1 and 2. Well, I guess I gotta clarify something. I thought that we were gonna be keeping it clean for a while, but apparently a huge wreck comes back to haunt him. And it looked like Stanley Pottle was the one that got the blunt of it here. Let's take a look at the replay. Stanley just lost control there. The steering kicks out, functions off, and not a whole lot he can do. We had an onboard camera there with the 14 as that wreck happened, but I don't think anybody wanted to see this at all, or much less get into it. Hopper goes for a ride here, gets kind of clipped around. Bobby Anderson gets smashed. Yeah, nowhere to go for these guys, and that, fortunately, God help them all at that point. The Racing Lord is not too kind there to him, and there is a reason why. Unfortunately, a big wreck ensues and causes a huge hit for everybody involved. Now the field will have to work their way back on around here and back into position as we're about ready to get back to the green flag. 25 laps left remaining here. There's no time to slow down, no time to give out. Back in the throttle and back on the charge. Green flag, back on out. Stanley Bottle coming up through the field at the 48, trying to get back to the guys and gals here. Gonna be a couple laps down, unfortunately, due to that little mistake he made there. Well, since they had to restart the field, the 5 and the 21 separated out by a little bit, but Chantel actually is your hard charger award winner so far. She has literally started from 12th and made her way back up into the first slot. She's 11 spots up, and no one's even close to getting that. Now top side, the 5 and the 21 work together again. It seems though they will. But Tyler Orris got an ace up his sleeve, getting the 07 to work with him a little bit. There's no friends or allies when you're racing in these things. You just need someone to work with you and help you out, or you better hope you can find a way to not sink or swim. Anderson cutting it close there on the top side with that 3 wide salute between him and the 76 and the 37 of Bill Watkins. Watkins looked like he may have had a little bit of a gap off there, may have been coming closer and closer to really pushing his limits here. But he stays under pressure, stays cool. Stanley Pottle getting a good drive off, gets right up into the face and into the field. As he now will have to battle out with some of these guys. Still a couple laps down, unfortunately, looking to try to fix that up as soon as possible, but he's got some roads ahead of him to do. Bobby Anderson has entered into pit road here. Not too sure what went wrong there for the number 1, but he is going to go into pit road now as we just see for a second there. Well, I think they finally have done it. We've had to call it for a while, but it's time to get aboard the choo-choo Talladega Daytona draft train, everybody. Draft train engaged, and we're on the roads. MRM designs the W6, so Mike right out here, moving pace, moving field. Sticking to the 07 the back bumper, watching the 87 of Kevin Baker as well down below him. Everybody right now trying to find an extra leg up or find that extra little kick of speed. Looks like the outside might be doing that. Looks like Crusader Shriver may be going with them. If the 14 decides to go up to him as well, that could be a big benefactor for him, but I don't know if that really will help him. Well, whatever speed he was getting, he lays off here. Might be struggling a bit to keep his momentum up. Not too sure what's going on down at that 14, but he's either been smooth as silk and making his jumps up, or he's been falling back more and more. Bill Watkins, I guess you could say, kind of been the same with him and Eric Gann, but the difference is, though, Watkins and Gann, they've pretty much been staying back low when they have to, and then making the charge up when they need to. With a pit stop, though, again, that changes everything, and it forces everybody to really get clever with this. As we've seen before, where literally just the wrong timing in pit road, and you lose the draft, you lose everything, and you then can't catch anybody back up. The 5 and the 21 are looking to do that again here. Jason Henry finally starting to make a bit of a run here, though, and number 3 getting closer and closer up to the field. Pack starting to really keep a closer eye on that pit stop, on that fuel strategy, as well as their pit stops. They head for pit road. Can they get in a timely manner or keep on themselves out of trouble? They got 19 laps to prove it. Anderson now moving his way back up into the field here. Going to try to make some jumps up and try to make some run here if he can. In the field currently, just stretching themselves out, waiting for the right time, looking for an opening or looking for a shot to get into pit road and get this one settled up. Got a lot of redeeming scores right now between everybody trying to keep this thing in place. Gone now, kind of pushed up on the top here. The 8 aboard. Looking to figure out where the heck to go or what he's going to do. It's kind of tempting strategy, kind of tempting his position and where he could go with it. Everybody else moving through the distance, moving through the field. Still nobody being able to get a fair shake or a fair idea of where to go with this. Left right now in the Push Limits Racing League Season 6 opener, Talladega Superspeedway, and reminder as well, next week we'll be moving our planes and moving our travels over in the Xfinity Series to Daytona. Should be a wild one there. We talked about how crazy it gets over on the Daytona track, but it's going to be even crazier, having to diverge and deluge everybody in the same spot in the same shot. See if anyone's able to keep their distance, keep their cool as they race it out from the famed Daytona International Speedway next week. Also a reminder as well, still to go on our broadcast shows and scheduled and covered, ready for the action-packed adventures. We do have the Venom Truck Series tomorrow night as well, coming to you for their season championship in Atlanta Motor Speedway, and tonight, of course, the Champion of the Fast Point Cup Series. Take it down to the good old Bristol, because it's Bristol baby time here on the show once again. And then tomorrow night as well, High Speed Racing returns at Iowa Speedway in the Street Stock Series. And then Friday night we'll see the Memphis Truck Series come down to Pocono Raceway, which will then kind of seize us off for a little bit. And then Sunday night will be the return of Petaluma Racing League, the Truck Series at Texas and Shake and Bake Racing League. And they'll stick around and have a little race afterwards as well down at Texas Motor Speedway. That is your lineup and what we've got going on, and now it's time to get back aboard. All aboard! It's time to get down on the choo-choo! Daytona Talladega Draft Train, everybody! We are single file down, and they're lined up in position, except for a lone 87 of Kevin Baker. I think he's trying to derail the cars. He says, "Well, I heard the call, I heard the whistle from our guys up there in the booth. Let's probably watch out for that." Indeed, he does, and he backs off from it quickly. Gets back in line, gets back into the pace. Everybody mapping out the plan, mapping out the strategy to when to get into pit road. But again, you don't get in and out on a timely manner on a proper spot, it could cost you here. What these drivers need to do is set fuel, set tires, and everything to the right adjustments to where they want to get in and out. Otherwise, this could be a bad spot to be thrown into. You've seen drivers win and lose from pit road. Ultimately, my question is how many will be able to get from pit road back onto the track in a timely, unique manner. That's going to be a tough little call there. 11 on the lead lap. Bobby Anderson in the 1 and the 48 of Stanley Pottle, both down and out at this point. In the 48, unfortunately, that's had a bit of a horrible break and a horrible luck of day here on his end, to say the least. Slowing down the field, and the pack's starting to spread out. It's pit road time for everybody. Anderson will stay out. Everybody goes in. But you can see the back half kind of separate out a little bit. They need to get close together, and they need to stay in march and in tune. This is going to be a very tough little spot to be thrown into here. Oric will enter in. Kahn and Pottle enter as well. Everybody coming in quickly. A little bobble there for the Crusader driver in the 14. He could not get the fueled in. And everybody already leaving pit road quickly. This is what they were worried about. 5 and 21 moving ahead. Baker and Cindy trying to get through. Hoffert in the 84 and Henry trying to get there with them. A little bit of a race down there on pit road. I think Mike Rideout's trying to get ahead of the 14 and Shriver's not letting him. He'll let the 14 ahead, and Rideout now struggling to get back on pace. I think Shriver didn't even realize he's gotten so far behind. That's a lot of speed they just lost trying to get up there with them. The 5 and the 21 now resurging, and Baker trying to hang in there. Coming up quick, coming up fast, but he's going to need some help. The separation on the drivers now starting to show itself very much as well. The pack's starting to get together here. Henry looking maybe like he's trying to get Tyler Orrick to join the group, join the clan, but they are starting to spread out even more. 3 trucks drafting and the rest continuing to pack it. Rideout and Watkins working together here. They're going to come closely to the 14. Maybe they can get the packs to come with them. Eric Gann as well, kind of in that mix, but it's the 5 and the 21, your race leader. First and second, respectively. And looking to slow down to absolutely nobody. Baker looks like he might be closing off here, might be coming closer to the pack. If he can get up there with them, maybe he might be able to drive from there. He needs to stay on it. That 550 horsepower package, though, is extremely difficult to really get momentum kicked up, get the momentum powered off, especially with what little laps they have left. Ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the final 8 laps here and now. Coming up closer here. Baker finally going to get some hands and get some help here. But it looks like City Taylor doesn't exactly want to help out. He does Hoffert and the 3 of Jason Henry. Everybody moving around and moving up. They want position. They want spots. They don't want to work together that much. Baker trying to kind of seize an opportunity here, but this is really starting to hurt them more than anything. Baker needs to back off a little bit and get into that draft. He might have a chance then, but I think he's honestly thinking maybe he can keep up with the speeds of the 5 and the 21 in the draft. But he's still far behind, in my opinion. This is not a move he should be doing. Waddle on the 48, staying low. And the lead now increasing again. Kevin, sent down pit road. Where the heck is he going? Kevin Baker making a big mental error there, and he's in pit road, sent down to the bottom lane. And the 87's day is all but done. That's a speeding penalty going through pit road. He's not going to get any help from that one. The rest of the field moving up ahead. Sydney now has moved behind the pack, and Hoffert trying to get there with him. Jason Henry trying to stick to him as well. Hoffert right there with the closer. Meanwhile, another packer brewing with the 14 and the 76 working together. With the 37 of Watkins and that 1 of Bobby Anderson as well. Tyler Orrick laid alone and laid in wait. Might have some help though. He might get that pack to come up to him. May have a chance here. I don't know if they're going to go for it though. City Taylor sticking to the bottom here. Hoffer looks like he wants to go up to the top side there in the draft line now, but Mason Henry's not pushing him hard enough with 5 laps to go. This is not looking good. Five turns to 4 laps to go. As the field continues to move through the packs and through the drafts, nobody is safe and no one is left alone. Tyler Orrick, the 8 going up top side. The 14 will go right there ahead as he pushes this field ahead with him. 5 truck draft. Problem is they're not getting any speeds up. They lost a lot of ground. You can see how far ahead these guys are from one another. Just are hoping and praying for the drivers up ahead to make a mistake, give them a chance, give them a caution, something just to get them in a possible win scenario. I don't think they're going to get it. These drivers are way too experienced for what they've been known to do before. This looks like it could be the same situation. Remember just yesterday, the 5 put it in victory lane on this very same track with this very same truck. I think she's looking to do it again. She had no help last time. This time, she is getting all the pushing and shoving from everybody behind her just to stay on the lead lap. But again, can that last and can they coincide with one another to finish this race? Hoffert starting to look like maybe he wants to set himself up here. Cindy Taylor 07 coming back in with the pack. 3 laps will turn to 2 laps to go. Nobody right now is getting anywhere closer to him. Everybody in the back of that second pack is currently stretched out from the 5 ahead of them. 2 laps to go. Now comes the ultimate question, can they finish this race? They've come so far, yet so clean, so specific. Can they keep the speed up just one more time around? With 2 laps to go, everybody is looking for chances, looking for opportunities to strike while the iron's hot. The Freightliner 21 staying in between the mix. 84 USCA CCA of Hoffert kind of also crumbling him up in there. The Valvoline number 3 Jason Henry just working for an opening, looking for a shot. Gonna close off. Here they come now. White flag coming up in the air. This time on by down to the front straightaway. Who is gonna make the mistake? Who's gonna get the opportunity to take this one home? White flag is in the air. Golden chance coming up ahead. Your top 5 on your screen, just going for broke here, going for it all. Henry trying to get a run there in the 3. Hoffert blocked a little bit. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run to. Hoffert needs to get another push up, maybe get something on the 21. Well, he's got a chance here, he's got an opportunity, but Henry and Taylor will go to the bottom, back with him. Straight down to the inside line here. They'll bring him off one more time by Hoffert now with the dive to the top. Going for the run, going for the finish. Can he pull it off right to the line here? They'll come off down the front straightaway to checkered flags. And the 5 of Chantel Bottle brings home another victory. And the same truck she won in last time. A huge, huge win for the number 5 Chevrolet. Win number 1 came back on the very tough plains and the tough tracks many months ago. And it was one of them that was at Talladega, but now it's almost like she's got the keys to the place. Pulls off another win for her team. Robert Kahn, the 21, putting up a great fight to the end, and Jason Henry, man, talk about having to work his way from the pack here. 7 spots up for the big 3 Valvoline. Gone in to go celebrate a little bit, but it's going to be the 5 that they have all the eyes on. It's time for some burnouts from the 5. You can't even tell where she's at anymore. The cameras can't catch her. There she is. What a win and what a showing. Time to take a look at your PTM Racing TV results here, presented by Pushing Woods Racing League. Of course, Chantel Throttle Pottle, victory, lane trip number 2 this week alone. Robert Kahn going 2nd, 3rd to Jason Henry, Matthew Hoffert going 4th, 5th to Cindy Taylor. Bill Watkins coming away 6th for his TV debut. 76 of Rideout goes 7th, 8 to the 8 of Oric, and the 14 of Shriver getting 9th. 10th will be Eric Gann to round out your field in the Big 51. Alright, race fans, that's all we're going to cover our coverage here on the show. We thank and appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning on in. Thanks so much, and we'll catch you guys later tonight as Champion Power Equipment Fast Fun Cup Series comes to the show.